So hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Lydia Rose and I make videos mostly to do with my eating disorder and my recovery from that. However, this video is slightly different. We're in 2021 by the time you're seeing this video, and that's crazy to me. My goodness, 2020 has been a year. I can't really remember what happened, but I know a lot happened. I thought I would share with you some of my goals and resolutions for 2021, whether that be related to my recovery or just my life in general, because I always set goals at the start of every year, and for the past 3 years I've achieved every goal that I wanted to achieve. So I thought we could maybe go over first of all what I managed to do in 2020 and then I'm going to expand on that. Okay, so what did I do in 2020? I wanted to keep a bullet journal for the 3rd year in a row, which I did. Very proud of myself. I wanted to progress this channel. I wanted to get to 100 subscribers and we've managed to get to 400. That's absolutely amazing, and I just wanted to thank you all so much for subscribing. Number one, I love making videos. I've been making them since I was 12 on different channels, and one of my favourite things to do. And number two, you will help me so much with my recovery. I wouldn't be where I am now without all of you, and I just want to thank you all so much for that. And if you're not subscribed, subscribe now for 2021 because it's going to be such a good year. I wanted to read more. I think I did actually manage this. Not as much near the end of this year because things have got quite busy, but I did read a few more books and I definitely broadened my reading spectrum. So I'm reading a lot more non-fiction now than I used to, and I'm actually really enjoying it. I wanted to spend more time with my family, which I did, thanks to COVID. So I was locked in a house with them, so I did do that. I wanted to learn Spanish. I did that. I've been learning Spanish at school for a long time, and this year I started taking one-on-one lessons with a Spanish teacher, and I can say that my Spanish has improved so much more. I can basically understand everything that I've ever been given now, and I find it more difficult to speak, but I found that when I was learning French, that's what happened. I could understand things, but I couldn't speak off the top of my head. So my Spanish has definitely improved. I went from literally failing my Spanish exams at the start of 2020. I only just passed my first set of exams for the baccalaureate, to now getting 16s, which is an A star. So clearly doing 20 minutes of Spanish a day, every day for the whole entire year, has improved my Spanish. I wanted to be healthier and happier. I definitely did that, as we can all see. I've managed to stay a whole year out of inpatient. I've not been in inpatient basically for a year, and I won't be going in January because I'm filming this in December, but I won't be going in January because I don't need to. I'm doing well. And so I'm definitely healthier and I'm definitely happier and I'm definitely just having so much more of a nicer time in my life than I was back in 2019. Be nicer to everyone. I think I did it, and I'm less moody, or I try to be, and I've got such good friends and I've got all of you, and yeah, I think I managed that one. I ticked it off. And then my last one was to set attainable goals. Clearly I set attainable goals there, not to overstretch myself. So now we're going to go on to my goals of 2021. So first of all, I always start with a planning system I aim to keep for a year, if it works for me. If it's not working, then I'll change it, but I do try and keep one for a year. So I've ordered a planner this year. This is the first year since 2017 that I won't have a bullet journal. I think I may still buy a diary to write in, but I'm not very good at keeping that. I'm much better at vlogging. So I've bought a planner. I think it was made by Ruby Granger. So it's from Pumpkin Productivity, and it's her year planner. And I'm going to test it out. Obviously, if it doesn't work, I'll buy another one of these. But I think it should do. She did a whole flip through, and I'm really excited for that to arrive. Other goals include progressing Lydia Rose. My aim for this year is to try and get to 1k subscribers. I'm thinking if I upload regularly like I have been, then hopefully I will get to 1k. So if you would like to help me get to 1,000 subscribers, please subscribe. That would be so lovely of you. There's so much that's going to be happening in 2021. 2021 is whether it's a good year or not, so much will happen because my life is changing so much in 2021, and I'm excited and also very nervous. Read more. My reading goal, I'm gonna try and read. I've got a more specific goal this year. So my specific goal is to read the Harry Potter series because I've never read the whole thing. I tried to read it when I was younger and I got through Prisoner of Azkaban and stopped. And I've watched all the movies, I know the story, but I really, maybe it's TikTok's influence, I really want to read all of the seven books. I really want to read all 7 books by the end of 2021. I cannot be a fully fledged adult and not have read all of the Harry Potter books. That is kind of my goal, my reading goal, my main reading goal. Obviously I'll be reading like I normally read because I've set that as a properly habit now. But I really want to get through all of the Harry Potter books in 2021. My Spanish goal is just to pass my Spanish exams here in France and do well in them. And just keep progressing, keep working at it. It's kind of, that's not really changing. Other big goals of this year are to turn 18 in February. I'm going to be an adult. I need to learn how to do adult things. So maybe I'll do like an adulting series. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing when it comes to being an adult. I don't know. So that is one of the things that I'm going to do is turn 18. Hopefully I will get a birthday party. It all depends on COVID though. I was going to have like a big nice French meal with my friends, but whatever happens, I will be 18 years old. So leading on from my goal of being 18, my next goal is to actually move out, which, what? I might be moving out of my parents' house. It will be near the end of the year, but it will hopefully happen. Either I'm going to university or I just move out. Oh my goodness. So I've applied to medical school. The application is going okay. I've not heard all the responses back yet, but the responses I have got have been no due to my UCAT score. I really struggled with that test. I did not enjoy that. That test was the worst thing I've ever had to do in my entire life. I hated that test and I nearly got disqualified from it. You can go watch my UCAT video if you want to. But basically I've looked at the thresholds of the universities I applied to and that have come out after everyone's done the test, so after I applied to university. And I'm literally 2 questions. If I'd got 2 more questions, I would have been accepted to interview in certain universities, but that hasn't happened. But I have been offered alternative courses by these universities that also really interest me because I'm a massive fan of DNA and genes and that kind of area of science. So I'm also really interested by cancer research and all of that biology, just mwah. I might be going for a cancer and immunology 3-year course instead and going down the research route. Who knows? At the moment it's all up in the air, but one thing I do know is that I will be going to university in 2021. Whatever I'm doing, it was meant to be. If I'm not meant to be a doctor, then I'm not meant to be a doctor. I can always apply for postgraduate medicine anyway. Let the wind take us where it's gonna take it. My next big goal is to get my French baccalaureate. I'm working very hard for it at the moment because most French students have had all their exams cancelled apart from the 2 subjects they specialise in and philosophy. That has not happened for me because I do the option international baccalaureate, British version in France. So I also have my history and English literature exams on top of all of my speciality exams and my philosophy. So I think overall it was something like 9 or 10 like 4-hour exams. So fingers crossed they go well. I'm working so hard at the moment. hopefully I can get my French baccalaureate. My next goal was to get into a course that I will enjoy. Again, like, I'm not setting my heart on medicine because it's such a competitive course. More people have applied to it this year. Again, people deferred because they wanted the proper university experience, which I understand. Like, who wants to be sat in a room teaching themselves medicine from a computer screen? Not very many people. So I understand that it might not be my year this year. Complete a course in cancer and a course in diabetes. I recently started a course in cancer online, which gives me a nice certificate. I have to do little tests and they help you get into university in France. So I'm doing them just in case, and also because I love knowledge and I love learning, and yeah. And this cancer one is really, really interesting, and it's on how the tests work and being able to spot cancer on, what are they called? I know them in French, échographie. Ultrasound. So when COVID's over, my next goal is to do with my violin. So I really, really want to get back into playing with an orchestra because it really motivated me, and I love being with the people. It's a good way to meet new people, and I actually find it really, really fun to perform, but not by myself. I do not like solo performances. That is not my vibe. Obviously with COVID, my old one hasn't been running, and I think by the time I have chance to get back to it, because obviously with my baccalaureate now, things are more complicated. I won't have time to join my old orchestra, and then I'll hopefully be moving back to the UK and I'll need a new orchestra. So one of my goals is to make sure that I join a new orchestra and continue with my violin because I find it helps de-stress me and it's enjoyable. And one of my last kind of goals is to volunteer somewhere when I can and when COVID's kind of not a thing. All of these goals are going to happen from September onwards, but we can get that far. I want to volunteer again somewhere and get that going because I volunteered with an association in France that helps the elderly, and I really, really enjoyed it. But with COVID, it got too dangerous for me to be part of that, and so I had to stop. And now I don't have time because I'm spending my time trying to get my qualifications for leaving school. I don't know what I'll volunteer for. Maybe not the elderly again because I've had that and I really enjoyed that experience. But I don't know. Whatever comes up, wherever I can help. And yeah, those are kind of my goals for 2021. And obviously I also have my recovery goals, which is just to keep fighting recovery, keep going, keep eating fair foods, keep my health in check, and keep myself well enough so that I can continue to study and learn and develop myself as a person, because if I'm too ill to do that, then it's my own fault and that will upset me. So thank you so much for joining me on this little video, because I'm going to try and upload at least weekly for the whole year. I don't know if it's going to work, but I'm going to really try. So yeah, if you did enjoy this video, please remember to like and subscribe. Follow my social medias in the description below, and I will see you all next week for another video. I don't know how well this is going to go with my exams coming up, but I really, really hope that it works well. I hope you're all well. Happy New Year and roll on 2021.